Hi, my name is Dr. Tamisha Denis of Modern Smile and Implant Center, and today we're going to be talking about something that's very sensitive. That is bad breath. Now, the reason that bad breath is so hard to kind of describe and tell people, because if you're like me, there is no nice way to say, hey, your breath stinks. I can't even say it with a straight face because I feel terrible to say something like that to someone. In dentistry, when I experience halitosis, which is what bad breath is, I even feel uncomfortable to broach that subject sometimes with a patient unless they've brought it up to me. But I don't consider it in the negative way they do because I'm a dentist and all I want to do is offer solutions to that issue. So, but most of the time, the people that I encounter who have to make that declaration, hey, your breath doesn't smell very good, is someone who is close to them. Now, I have had boyfriends come in and say, and I say, what brings you in today? And they'll say things like, my girlfriend made me come, or a husband that will say, my wife made me come. Usually it's not a woman in the opposite way. It's usually that way. And when you're in an intimate relationship with someone and you have to be so close to them on a regular basis, sometimes you have to encourage them and say, hey, it's time for you to go see the dentist because your breath stinks. Now, one of the things that I am very conscious of is the fact that even when someone does not tell you that they don't appreciate the way that your breath smells, there are other people who are not loved ones who are thinking about it. And you cannot put away the fact that just because no one has said it, that is not true. You can use breath rinse, and you can rinse with mouthwash, and you can brush your teeth 10 times a day and floss and do all the things that normally I would recommend for somebody with a healthy mouth. But if you have bad breath, you need to seek dental treatment because you cannot battle it on your own. And there are so many different scenarios where that will come back to haunt you. So like I mentioned before, if you are fortunate enough to have a loved one tell you that your breath doesn't smell good, that's great because you have somebody who loves you enough to kind of bring attention something that maybe you didn't even notice. It is not always easy to tell if your own breath doesn't smell good. There are all kinds of tests. You saw me lick my finger, lick the side of my hand and smell it, or go and things like that, but you don't really know, and usually it's someone else that can tell you that. Now, I say that because there are other social situations in which your bad breath may be causing people to think a certain thing about you. For example, maybe it's an employer-employee relationship. Maybe your boss doesn't think so, and because of that, they don't want to be around you, or your coworkers, or even your customers if you own a business. So can you imagine? And even maybe a grandchild, or maybe a parent, and they just don't know how to tell you that your breath doesn't smell good. And that's what I'm here for. That's why I say as a dentist, we have solutions to help to battle those kinds of social situations. And I can't tell you how many times I meet people who feel like because of their breath, they feel self-conscious and they don't know what to do about it. So if you are, one of my staff members told me recently of a story of one of her good friends who met someone on a blind date, and they had an amazing time. The guy was awesome, and she could see, them getting to real relationship, but his breath was awful. And really at that point, she was trying to determine if that was going to be a deal breaker for her, because again, if you're in a close relationship with someone and you smell they have a bad breath day, hey, everybody does. You wake up in the morning, your breath doesn't smell so good, or you've been talking all day, you have dry mouth, you need some water, your breath doesn't smell good. Maybe you had something oniony or garlicky to eat, your breath doesn't smell good. But if you meet someone for the first time and their breath doesn't smell good, how do you know that that's not going to be a trend and that's something that you're going to have to deal with over time? So for some people, that's a deal breaker, that they're going to have to deal with that bad breath all the time. So again, Even if someone has not told you, you don't know what circumstances that you might be in that someone else might be thinking that, and you don't even know that. And not only that, you don't know what circumstances or what opportunities that you might be missing because of your bad breath. You might be missing an opportunity for a raise. You might be, or a promotion. You might be missing an opportunity with a girl that you really like. You might be missing an opportunity to approach somebody that you wanted to approach but were scared to. You might be missing an opportunity for a sale. You don't know the opportunities that your teeth may be holding you back from, that your breath might be holding you back from. So make sure you stay tuned to our other videos as we explore bad breath and what you can do about it. But for the most part, this video really is about recognizing that you might need to find out what is it that you need to do, recognizing that you may not even know yourself. In my other videos, I've talked a lot about bad breath and what are the different reasons that someone may have bad breath. Number one, medications that cause dry mouth and cause everything just to not flow, saliva to flow in your mouth. Number two, some gastrointestinal issues that have to do with that. But for our purposes, we're going to focus on what I believe is a number one cause for halitosis or bad breath, and that really is gum disease. How exactly does gum disease cause bad breath? It is literally a mechanical or physical thing. And the reason I say it's a mechanical or physical thing, if you watch any of my other videos, you'll see it when I describe how gum disease systematically destroys the gums and bone by accumulating plaque around the tooth that irritates the gums and tissues and pushes it away. What that plaque is also doing, it's a sponge. All it does is attracts everything that you eat, breathe, and touches your mouth or your teeth, just soaks a piece of that. If that's smoke, if that's food, if that's saliva, it just sits there. Imagine if you had a wet rag and you put it on the counter and let that sit for a couple of days, all the things that it will kind of bring into it. And that's a similar kind of smell that we usually get from gum disease or somebody who has halitosis, because everything is attracted to that plaque. Now imagine if you have a smooth, clean surface. Even when you eat and drink, things kind of slide on and off, and they don't get attracted to this plaque that's stuck on there. That's another point that I usually like to make about your tongue, because your tongue also is like a sponge and it holds odor and all kinds of things like that. And when you don't properly clean it and things are hanging out on your tongue, then you got to get it off. So gum disease is definitely one of the main causes of halitosis or bad breath. Even though I love to blame bad breath on gum disease because that's usually the main cause, sometimes there are other more tooth-related issues, not gum-related, that causes bad breath. One of those tooth-related issues really is abscessed, broken teeth. If you have a broken tooth or an abscess or a giant cavity and food is constantly being held in that area, it's just sitting there and rotting. I know all of this sounds quite disgusting, but all the food is just sitting there and rotting away, and that doesn't smell good. That doesn't smell good, and you got to get it out. You got to floss it out. You got to get your teeth fixed. You got to get your cleaning so that you can get all of those things out of there, because abscesses also cause gum disease or cause bad breath. Now, what is the solution to halitosis or bad breath? Number one, a cleaning. There are different kinds of cleanings. However, if you have serious enough halitosis, bad breath, that has caused gum disease, we are going to recommend a deep cleaning. What does a deep cleaning mean? A deep cleaning means there's plaque below the gum line that we cannot access just normally. So what we do is we numb the mouth. Yes, some dental anesthesia. We numb the mouth and we go under the gum line and scrape all of those things that are attracting that bad breath. And really, that is the key. If you could do that at home again, do it, but you cannot. And that's why you have to get a professional dental deep cleaning. We call that a scaling and root planing. And that scale and root planing is going to remove all of that bad stuff and allow you to have a clean slate so that you can do the second part to the solution, which we'll talk about in a moment. So the second part of getting rid of your bad breath after you have your deep cleaning is to maintain it at home. So if you did a deep cleaning and you never brushed your teeth again, it would only be half of the solution. The second half of the solution is to make sure that you're brushing properly, that you're flossing properly, that you're rinsing or using any other accessory things that we recommend to help that you do not return to the state that you were before. So the home care is so important in maintaining that. Number 3, so even though you've gotten your deep cleaning and now you're taking care of your mouth every day, you're flossing and all that great stuff, the third thing is keeping up with it. In our office, we call that periodontal maintenance. And periodontal maintenance simply just means that you are going to come back more frequently than someone else to maintain the results you got from your deep cleaning. And that means for some people, that means every 4 months, which is 3 times a year instead of twice a year, every 6 months. Or for some people with more severe cases, we recommend every 3 months, which turns out to be 4 times a year. Now, I personally don't have gum disease. However, I love to get my teeth cleaned. It feels awesome. Now, of course, the deep cleaning is a little bit more intense, but these cleanings that I am talking about in periodontal maintenance is really a maintenance visit. So you will not feel the amount of scraping that you felt on that first one because you have not waited so much longer to get your teeth cleaned again. So that frequency is so important, and that's something that we are going to recommend for you and let you know, listen, we got to see you every 4 months or we got to see you every 3 months depending on your circumstance. Now, on those visits, we're not just doing a regular prophy. We are not only cleaning you up in general, but any areas in particular where we see that the plaque tends to accumulate more, we get down in there and we get it out. And we get it out before it causes more damage. We also check around all of your teeth to make sure that your gum and your pockets are remaining healthy. And if there's anything that we see in there that says, hey, you got to really make sure you got to floss on that tooth or do that or this or that, then we also let you know. So those recall appointments or those periodontal maintenance appointments are so key to keeping your teeth long term. Thank you for watching this video about halitosis and what you can do about it. If you have any questions, if you want to know if you have bad breath and you want to talk to me about it, I have no judgments. This is my job. I love to help people find solutions for their dental issues. So if you have questions, please feel free to call our office and we can talk about whatever you like. Thank you for watching again.